Let's go. I almost went to my webcam scene. Woo! You might have caught a quick glimpse of me right there. All right, ladies and gents, welcome. Let's just remove this. I think you guys know these players. We don't need to have their elo there, and that's not even correct. Whoa! Welcome to a crazy Civ matchup and a crazy map. We have Doubt in the red. Doubt's playing as the Turks. And you might normally think, oh, Turks are not that exciting. They don't get this or that. Well, guess what? We have Doubt playing as Turks against Yo. These are two legendary players in the game playing right now. And Yo is playing as the Spanish. Another Civ where you're just like, oh, man. Well, they can't do this. They can't do that. So let's talk about it a little bit. Before we get into the Civs, though, I think we should actually look at the map because this is megarandom and it's different after all. Kind of looks as though they're on their own island with the opportunity to cross over to this mainland. It's like a unique version of migration, maybe. They have a decent amount of stone and gold to work with on their little island. And then there is water to contest, but there's not that much in the way of fish. Still worth it, but I think from the player's perspective, let's just look at Doubt's point of view. There's no real reason for him to try and dock and fish here. He doesn't see any real water. And even then, the fish is pretty far away. So we might actually not see any fishing ships from either player. You could make an arena out of this. Maybe wall up. Seems like the food counts are fairly high. Wait, do they have boars? Okay, so you never know what you're going to get with megarandom. So there's just a lot of deer and water buffalo, but no boars. Feels like a fast castle is possible, but just a little more unique for them. Okay. So anyways, what I want to talk about now is why this Civ matchup is exciting. So Spanish, the fact that they do not get crossbows sometimes can be very awkward for them because a lot of builds go man-at-arm into archers or scouts into archers, and they can't really do that. So you tend to see a lot of things like Conquistadors and Knights from them, which means they're a little one-sided at times and a little predictable. Turks, they don't get elite skirm or halberdier, and so if they don't have gold, they can oftentimes struggle. But I think Turks can shape up quite nicely against Spanish because they can make cav archers, they can make camels, they can make knights. They can actually deal with most of what Spanish can make. Now, the Conquistador is really tricky to deal with, and I think that Yo might try and get there. Makes sense for these guys to go for this little arena approach and wall up. They're currently pushing in all their food, so at least Yo is. So maybe we will actually see the Conquistador from Spanish. And for Doubt, maybe we'll see the Janissary. I don't know. Cav archers. If this does go to water, we could have cannon galleons. So, pretty as a pistol, says Spaniards are my favorite, or my absolute best Civ for Imperial Age victories. I mean, Spanish are really sick if they get to certain stages of the game. You have full upgrades on trash units, and your blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold. Combine that with getting bombard cannon and siege ram and hussar and all that stuff. I mean, they've got options. They've definitely got options. I think it's just more so the Spanish early game that hurts at a high level against Civs that might have a great eco bonus and a lot of earlier options. Do you have a prediction for Doubt versus Tatito finals later today? Finals in what? I guess no. Finals in what? I didn't even know there was anything happening today. There's so many events, and it's hard for me to keep track of all of them. So I guess the answer is no. Empire Showdown 3. Oh, the charity event. Honestly, I'm not even too familiar with the settings of it. So it's not something that I'd really be able to give a strong prediction on. But I can tell you, with what we're seeing here, that this is going to be Fast Castle. And I don't know what I would do in the Turks' position here. Like, I feel like Cav Archer is an exciting idea long-term. With the Sipahi upgrade and all the blacksmith upgrades you get, those Cav Archers have 100 HP in the late game. But then again, is that the best answer to Conquistadors? You could try and go for your own gunpowder unit. Only in Age of Empires are we questioning what's stronger, guns or arrows, right? I think if it was real life, we'd be like, yeah, I'm going to take the gun. If someone's coming at me with a gun, I'm also going to bring a gun to the gunfight. I'm not going to just grab a guy who's on a horse with an arrow. But I think realistically within Age of Empires, we're probably looking at Cav Archers being a strong option. And I'm not seeing any signs that Doubt's going to go to stone, so that seems to be the route he's going to go. Not if it takes me 30 seconds to load the gun. Yeah, I guess, but it it's not. I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't think that Cav archers would be able to reload their archers as quickly as they do in the game as well, right? Everything was probably a whole lot slower. Yeah.
Yay,
well, yo.
Watch. The stream work has been crazy lately.
What's up, Unlimited Power? Glad you could make it here. I think Yo was a lot quicker to recognize the situation, and he pushed in every single one of his deer. It's not a big deal. It's not as if Doubt is behind because of that. Doubt's going to have plenty of time here, and he's also going to stone. Okay, so we are going to have Gunpowder v. Gunpowder. This is so rare in Age of Empires. Normally, one player will do it, and the other person will go for something else. So, full wall. They're adapting to the map, and they're going for the same thing. Now, let's have a conversation on which is better, Janissary or Conquistador. What would you say, chat? For me, it really depends on the situation. So, Conquistadors are better due to mobility, but Conquistadors do struggle a little bit in the early stages of Castle Age against Janissaries because Janissaries have 8 range and Conquistadors have 6. So I think Doubt has the potential to force a few more fights. Also, wouldn't surprise me if Doubt tries to go for some crazy fast imp off of it because it'd be a very Doubt thing. Also, fast Imperial makes a whole lot more of sense on this map because it's not like there's a lot of space to expand your eco with multiple town centers and a bunch of farmers anyways. So, yeah, just things to think about here. So I would prefer the Conquistador if that's all they make for the entire game because Conquistadors, once you get bloodlines and husbandry, you have mobility and you're tankier, but Janissary's no joke, man. At least in this situation. But this game is set in the period where they said, never bring a gun to a sword fight. Yeah, pretty much. That could be the title of my YouTube video, by the way. Thank you for that. I'll give you 10% of whatever I earn from this video if it goes to YouTube, Patriot Indian, which means you're going to receive about 10 cents. But hey, I hope you enjoy. 10 cents is better than 0 cents. That's what I always say. Okay, here we go. Market blacksmith, more villagers to stone. And this is going to be a similar thing for Yo on the other side. Yo even delayed loom. He's like, whatever, my villagers won't be exposed. Another thing to bring up about the Turks is that they do get light cav for free. So if your scouts start fighting each other in a minute or two, that could actually be pretty good for Yo. I think he might want to take this down before. I mean, he probably won't, but ideally you take care of that before it's upgraded. Is that going to be enough confidence for Doubt to move forward? Because technically they're both going to have one military unit. We know Doubt likes forward castles. He would win any fight. He's probably not expecting Yo to add any military. I think that might lead to Doubt building his castle in the middle or something. I think he'll walk out and drop a castle over here. Let's see his scouting. Oh yeah, that'd be a perfect spot. And then I think Yo is going to build it more defensively. But Spanish do build faster. So that castle is going to be up faster because he places it at home and because of the building speed. So Doubt's got to make sure he sends enough villagers. Yeah, Tokaraka's correct. Turks do have the better eco right now. Just because they have a gold bonus working for them. Spanish don't have any eco bonus. They have the build bonus. And then the blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold, but really curious what the eco layout will be as far as town centers are concerned. You see how they have 7 and 8 on wood? This is not an eco where they're going to boom up too much. We might see a second town center, but I don't think they're going to really set themselves up to go for the eventual 3. They realize that expanding in the middle here is going to be awkward and honestly kind of a bad megarandom generation. Okay, I was wrong about Doubt's castle. I hate maps where it feels like 40% of the map is useless. Like here the water isn't even help because they couldn't even see the fish and it's not even that efficient. So it's just kind of there. And then here we have Yo dropping the castle and he's just going to drop it with 4. But 4 villagers are going to build similarly to the 7 villagers for Doubt. Doubt dropped his a little bit earlier, of course. So yeah, he's going to double down on golds. He's actually not staying on stone. I think Doubt will make Janissaries. And maybe think about taking advantage of the free chemistry upgrade Turks get in Imp. Definitely see a fast Imp on this. And yeah, so, okay, I was spot on with this at least. Yo's going to add town centers and stay in castle a bit more. People are asking me about this Empire Showdown thing. Honestly, I don't... I was not planning on casting that event today. So I think the answer is no. I really haven't been following any details on it. I know that you think like, whoa, T90's not casting a final, but with there being so many events, it's hard. I have to prioritize. I have to prioritize which finals and which events I want to do and be a part of. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to say no. I just don't have the details in terms of like the time and if this settings seem interesting to me right now. If there's 100 finals within 3 months, it makes those finals somewhat less exciting and important to me. Whereas if there was like 5 finals in 3 months, then I'm going to make sure I'm casting everyone, right? Got some cool stuff. I talked to the viewers when we started the stream. I have some really cool stuff I want to do today. So as long as we get that and some other high-level stuff, I'm happy. Okay. So Janissaries moving forward. Doubt currently has 7 Janissaries. Now, can someone remind me the cost difference between these units? I know conks are more expensive. Can someone tell me what the cost of a Janissary is? Because I actually don't know. We rarely see the unique unit nowadays. It's normally not seen because of the lack of mobility. And I think the time you'd see it would be on something like Arena, which they basically made for themselves here. Okay, in terms of HP, it's 44 to 55 right now. And the big thing I reminded you guys of earlier is that the Janissaries have more range. 60 food, 55 gold. Really? Okay. I'm surprised to hear that. That's more expensive than I thought it was going to be, as Yo is trying to dodge these shots, and Doubt's trying to keep the distance.
T90 hey, finally able to watch the stream again after so long. T90 woo.
All right. Doubt did receive a hit earlier, so did Yo. Yo rushing that stable up, too, so he's getting husbandry already. And then when he gets bloodlines, he's going to be looking at a real good spot as far as these conks are concerned. It's funny. For a couple years, I pronounced it Janissary. And then people were like, T90, don't say it that way. Oh, my God, I looked it up, blah, blah. And now I say Janissary, and people are saying that I should say Janissary or some other pronunciation. So I apologize. I thought I'm saying it the right way. And listen, if you show up to this stream, you should know what to expect at this point. Yeah, so 18 base attack versus 16 base attack. And also the Jans have extra range. I mean, Doubt has really destroyed here so far, as he has 13 army versus 1 now. And I think that was a really poor fight from Yo. Maybe he just doesn't have the experience facing up against that unit yet. I say yet, as if this guy hasn't played the game for 11 years, but things have changed a little bit in our game over the last year or two. And Doubt's going to walk forward now. Take this as an invitation to drop another castle. I think Yo is in big trouble. I actually would prefer to see Doubt's castle over here, honestly, because it ranges the town center. But Doubt's priority here was not to boom. He doesn't have loom right now. You're kidding me. He's not booming. He's not looming. Well, he will be looming here in a second, so his villagers don't get destroyed. But I think the priority is I think the way Doubt is treating this is perfect. This is not a map where adding the second town center helps you a ton. And Yo is going to try and drop his own castle behind this now. And, will not let him. Wow, it won't let him build over that tree, apparently. So he has to build the castle further back than he wanted. But what do you do from here, right? Surely this is a race to more Janissaries, more Conquistadors, and probably a race to the Imperial Age as well. As Doubt goes in, sees the Vills. We'll get 2. We'll get 3, actually. Man, they're more accurate than I thought. And he runs away. How are Janissaries buffed recently? Someone just said they were buffed. Wasn't it that they changed Elite Conquistador? Or, not Conquistador, Janissary, but they didn't change Castle Age ones? I could be mistaken. I didn't think Castle Age Janissaries were buffed. I thought they made a change that, my opinion was, would make no impact on if the unit was used more. Elite plus 10% accuracy. Yeah, but it's only additional accuracy for elite, correct? Which takes me back to what I said. I think when I saw that, I was like, well, it doesn't make a difference. Because no one ever gets elite Janissary anyways. Giving elite Janissaries plus 10% accuracy is like it's like trying to think. It's like giving Spanish archers one extra range. No one and one extra range in Castle Age. No one's gonna make Castle Age archers. Really, honestly, really poor comparison there. That's a stretch, but yeah, the thing about Janissaries is you tend to see a lot of them in Castle Age. And Elite is so expensive, and there's not much of a benefit. You rarely see that upgrade. Doubt is all over Yo right now. He's got so many of these things. And I honestly don't know what Yo can do. Uh-oh, I know what Yo has done. He showed up to the gold. Doubt has his army out of position here. Doubt, no! Oh, this is going to make this a really fun game. Because the Conquistadors are getting a bit stronger now. They have bloodlines. They have armor. Doubt had the lead, and now he's losing his villagers. Thank you, Garbo. That was a long run-on sentence from Texas Speech Lady there. I think what Yo needs right now, and excuse me, I'll get to that dono in a second. I think what Yo needs right now is Rams. Doubt's going to try and go fast imp, so he can make Trebs and bombard cannons. If Yo is going to be stuck in Castle Age, and he definitely is going to, he's had to abandon most of this TC. He has to abandon the farms in the woodline. Showing up with 5 Rams to ram this down would potentially win him the game. And I think that Doubt might sense that and make a Maganel back here, but I'm not too sure.
In the Book of 5 Rings, Musashi notes that the bow is superior.
Here we have the engagement. You can see the HP's pretty close here. Doubt has a lot more units, but they're all disappearing now. Good micro from Yo, who's still trying to... It's interesting. I'm not sure if you should be trying to keep the distance here with the Conks or not, but he is microing really well. Obviously, running back and forth is going to be huge, but I'm unsure on if it benefits you to stay 8 range away. I think Conks are a lot less accurate in my experience. Don't ask me why that is. But in the end, Doubt, I think, is going to be somewhat happy with this. I mean, he is in a vulnerable state right now. He's in a very vulnerable state because he's going to be going up to the Imperial Age. Again, Rams here would be epic. Still no Siege Workshop or anything for Yo. I'm just watching this micro go down. It's been really good for both of them. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Doubt will, at this rate, win this fight, though. You see what I mean about how Yo is shooting from distance? I don't think that's correct. But, you know, he's going to heal these up. He's going to dive in with this. He doesn't have to be too picky. And it's 59 population versus 58, as we see a castle over here for Yo. So he wants to control some of the middle with the gold and the wood, I guess. All right, so let's look at Doubt's situation. He's got a forward siege workshop. He can afford 1 bombard cannon. He does have 2 castles, so he could make Trebs as well. But I think here you actually need to use at least one of your castles to consistently make Janissaries. As I stated, Elite Janissary is pretty expensive, and it doesn't give you the greatest reward. Maybe people would get it more so for the accuracy now since that changed, but I don't think so. And so he doesn't have the resources for that anyways. So you pretty much have to create Janissaries and only Janissaries. Vera, the reason Doubt wasn't creating Vills was because he was imping in that TC, right? So that TC couldn't create Vills for 3 minutes. So that makes sense. As for Yo, he had to abandon a lot of his farms because of that raid, so he's probably trying to fix that. So the Vill count looks pretty much where you would expect it, I think, with Yo creating Vills not imping and Doubt imping. And for Yo, he's just got to pick his spots and try and engage against the bombard cannons. And villagers, too. I mean, this is good for him. Picking off reinforcements and villagers, this is going to extend his lead. Still is going to need an answer to this, though. I know I just started the stream, so a lot of people have come in, and maybe I've been a little late to saying hi and responding to some things, but this is a really good game, so forgive me. T90, how dare you talk about the game? We show up for other things. I don't know. You might. Yo now needs to repair this. If Yo loses this castle, he's probably going to lose the next castle. He's probably going to lose everything. He'll probably lose the game. He's done good here, but he still is going to need a way to engage against this. Which is why I was thinking 3 or 4 rams, but I just don't think the timing was ever there for Yo. It's not going to be easy. He either loses everything, or in terms of his buildings, or he sends in his conks to try and take out the siege and probably loses his whole military force. But Doubt doesn't have defense. What is this game? What is this game? Doubt is behind by 20 villagers. It's just, is Yo's economy going to be good? Because this is kind of... Okay, he's expanding out with some farms a little bit. He's got stone and gold. It's just awkward right now. Look at Doubt's economy. Yo, with the counterattacks, has found reward, but it's not going to solve the problems at his base. And guys, he's about to get pop capped. Right? And all his villagers need to be protected by something. Look at that. He's now pop capped because he lost the castles. He's going to need to scramble up houses somewhere. These villagers are running around. One's being attacked by a tiger, so his day's not getting any better. Didn't have coffee this morning. Found out he has to work overtime. And then he's getting attacked by a tiger while he's on his way to work. It's not a good life. And he's completely abandoning his base. Both players have had to abandon their ecos. What in the world is this? And both players trying to use markets and such. But I think Doubt's position is the stronger position here. He has the stronger military force. And he also has the castles to produce more. At this point, I don't know what Yo does to switch out of this. He's going to add more town centers, but that's expensive, and it takes time for that to even do much for you. Doubt's going to find that. Oh, or really? Oh my god, that's a lot of conks. Okay, Doubt noticed it. Doubt knows if he kills this, it's game over. Oh, that was a decent attack round there, trying to predict where these things will run. Oh, man! It's funny, but it's actually more important to kill military than it is to kill vills for both players right now. Because if you waste military to get villager kills, then their military is just going to kill everything you have. So... Oh, I should say Yo does have this castle. I think I stated that already, but I just forgot. He can produce a few more conks. Doubt's villagers have come forward, and they're just going to steal that gold, I guess. And Yo's going to lose a few farmers, maybe even lumberjacks. Doubt's looking for these, and another amazing attack round with the bombard cannons, and I think Yo's in big trouble. Because if he dives for the bombard cannons, look what happens. Man, Doubt? That's 3 solid bombard cannon shots. Not that that's out of the question for Doubt, but I have been impressed with the attack rounds. What does Yo see? Yo sees the Treb now and the villagers, so he's not happy about that. These villagers are going to fight back against the Janissary, and rip-a-roni to them. Doubt now has to pull villagers off the gold. Good awareness. But now he's pressuring the TC, and now Doubt's going to slaughter everything here. Yo has more... Well, he had more pop. I'm not sure he's going to have more pop here in a moment. Just full-on military, full-on siege, fast imp. Really good play from Doubt. And it's right in Turk's wheelhouse. It plays right to their strengths, too. Taking advantage of the free chemistry. You are also playing out with Janissaries in a time where Conquistadors are not going to be much stronger than you. Obviously, Elite Conk takes you to 90 HP, which is crazy. I feel Elite Conquistador is way better than Elite Janissaries, but again, you just never see it. 8 range on the Janissaries has paid off. Let's see if Yo can clear this. If Yo doesn't clear this, this is surely game over. He's trying his best here, guys. I don't see him having enough. Janissaries looking pretty strong. This is why I asked you guys, which better, Janissary or Conquistador? I think in Castle Age, the Janissary's better as long as mobility isn't a factor. So, arena-style games where you can force fights. If this was Arabia, you would probably prefer to have Conquistadors because there's a lot of spots to hit. But there's not a lot of spots to hit here. 8 range matters a whole lot. And Yo is adding more town centers, but that's going to be a time-consuming process, and that's big investment. So he's losing more eco than he's expanding to right now. 62 population versus 61. Crazy KD for for both players right now. If we could just get Doubt with one more kill. Wait a second. Actually, that wouldn't make sense. I guess that villager died to the tiger. That's why it says that Yo has one more death. Wait, did I get that? I'm confused. Anyways, things died that we missed. as we see Yo now adding a dock. I just don't see how Yo ever is able to keep his eco expanding and running. There's going to be an end to this. He's got less on food than Doubt does, and Doubt has 33 villagers versus his 52. There's not many areas that Doubt really needs to look for either, right? I think it's going to be fairly easy for him to find wherever Yo might go. Yo's making a demo raft. I mean, if he kills the Janissaries, if he takes care of the 26 Janissaries, there's a chance. Yo just went over here with his 9 conks, killed some vills, and Yo's coming back home. It's coming home. Oh, Doubt, don't you... Doubt. Please don't make this mistake. I mean, there's not much for him to look at right now, so he should be paying attention to his army. Don't you dare. Oh! No, man! What a play from Yo. Okay, so maybe there's more of a chance. It seemed like Doubt noticed that and was trying to get onto the shoreline. Now, that was just a demo raft, and Yo's now thinking, let's add demo rafts and fishing ships. Okay. I mean, the docks could easily be taken out. I don't know where these villagers are going to go. Yo seems to be having an awfully hard time dealing with this. Yeah, that's my thing. Just stay on the shoreline, take out the docks. Yo still has nothing there. Is expanding over here. I mean, what a miraculous comeback it would be for Yo if he could win this, right? The fact that he's back in his farms right now is hilarious to me. Doubt sees the bills. What is this? The demo rafts have to come in now, surely. Doubt's at 28 vills, by the way. He's losing more villagers because he's focusing there. And no! No way! What is this game, dude? Doubt has 28 villagers and 25 army. Yo could maybe do this. The villagers are just a distraction. Demo emotes going in chat, please. Oh my god. Yo, just continue to do this. Continue to move around with these villagers and get Doubt to chase you. And oh my god, look at this. Yo is hitting the other spots with the conks. So the villagers are just bait. And the Conquistadors are doing everything else. I don't know where these villagers are going to end up going, truthfully. They should probably stay near some type of water. Not sure about the location they are right now. I would say stay along this, this shallows here, if that's what you could call it. Okay. Maybe now Yo is confident enough to fight this with his conks, but I would say you want to keep the villagers alive at least. Tarzis, if you can give me the info, potentially, I've had a lot of people asking me today, as we have more villagers over here. I just need to know what the settings are and what the streaming rules are, because every event has different streaming rules. So if you want to, I appreciate you posting on Discord. We'll see. Right now, enjoying this game, and let's see if Yo can maybe catch Doubt off guard. Okay, Doubt was paying attention to this. That's huge. And, oh, Yo wasn't. Yo wasn't. I thought there for a moment that Yo was patrolling, but Yo just did exactly what I thought Doubt might have done due to the distractions, and just was paying attention to something else. Now I don't see how he can ever do this. Well, he's going to try Elite Skirmisher. Is this eco good enough for Elite Skirm? I just don't see it, right? There's a lot of weak... Okay, just come back to the water. And yeah, just come back to the water. This has already happened 3 times, so... By the way, my neighbor is walking their very loud and annoying dog outside right now. And it's yipping, and I want to yell. I hate that dog. This is ridiculous. Wait a second. What just happened there? Oh, there was a treble on the other side of the wood line. So Yo's going to lose these villagers. And, well, I guess he ends up calling the GG. It's a little frustrating he did, actually. Because I would have liked to have seen these demo rafts come in and hit the Janissaries and the bombard cannons. Also, I would have liked to have had a better commentary finish to this game than sounding like a tiny, annoying dog. But that was a fun one, dude. 108 kills, 100 deaths for Doubt. In terms of the resources collected, I'm actually really curious. Yeah, look at that. See, Doubt had more food and more gold collected. And Yo had all this wood because he was trying to expand. But eventually, in a normal game, you want that wood to be put into farms so you have a food lead. But excess wood doesn't really do anything for you in a game like this. Now, I think that if Yo tried to do what Doubt did and stayed 1 TC, that Turks are still better off because of their gold bonus and the free chemistry. So I think for Yo, it wasn't necessarily a wrong approach because it's not like he went for a crazy boom. I think that he was just trying to, to weather the storm and survive, which for a time it looked like might have been possible. There's the APM. I don't know why I went to that. I wanted to see this. Yeah, look at all that military Doubt had. I'm surprised. I might need to fact check people who said that the Conquistadors, or sorry, the Janissaries were as expensive as was stated. But if that is the case, they're around the. Did I say Conquistador? I meant to say Janissary, but Janissaries seem to be slightly less resources than the Conquistador, and Doubt's approach, of course, wasn't to go into town centers, so he had more eco build up to make them. And has a whole lot of dark red military there, which is what won him the game. And for Yo, he had additional eco, but that did nothing for him. We did have some highlights in that game, though, which was really fun. So, solid game, solid strategy from Doubt. I told you that was going to be good. I knew Turks vs. Spanish was going to bring us something.